Greetings penguins and welcome to this video. I am Wylan and today we are traveling to the Blob universe. Blob universe! I'm very excited to get into this kit. The second I saw that there was a paint your own Blob universe figure kit, I was like, I'm buying that instantly. And I'm very eager to start. So let's open this baby up. Aww. I was hoping that shot would be more satisfying. It is now free from the packaging. Well, now it's free from the packaging. Okay, let us open this box. I'm so excited. The Blob universe continues with you. All right. So you got the little instruction manual. Gives you lots of little tips and tricks and things. So you get a little pack of modeling clay that you can use to sculpt things onto your figure. Comes with a little set of paints. Has its own little Blob universe branding. Very nice. And then this lovely little canvas bag, also with the little Blob universe logo on it. And in this, I believe, is the paintbrushes. Okay, got your paintbrush. This one's covered with like a cool little net, and this one has like a plastic thing. I've never seen a paintbrush covered in like one of these little mesh net things. That's cool. And then a wooden knife to use as a clay tool. And then a little acrylic paint pen, so you can draw on little details. Next, I have this lovely mat that has a galaxy and star pattern, which I'm very excited about. Like, I'm gonna be using this after this process a lot. Because right now, I just have a piece of plastic that's very annoying and I have to tape down to actually keep it flat. So having something like this that I can just fold out to use, I'm happy. And then we have the gloss varnish. Now, I wonder if this is UV protected, because if it's not, I'll use my varnish, but it's good to have at least a little something to help protect the paint, even if it's like just from chipping. Okay, then we have the blobs. I'm holding a blob in my hand. Be free, little guy. Okay, so they're like a textured vinyl, it feels like. A friend! Oh, I can't wait to paint this. My camera seems excited too. Let's free the other guys. All right, let's paint some blobs. First blob. Breaking out the clay, I'm taking inspiration from Moriah Elizabeth and creating a dessert-themed blob of one of my characters. So I sculpted melted whipped cream topping to give it a sad vibe and topped it with a little cherry. And I must say, this clay was very nice. Very much like dirt, in a good way. Okay, now that the clay is dry, it's time to sand. And voila! Next, I'm filling in the crevices with puffy paint and then layering on a couple coats of gesso, which I do not recommend putting over puffy paint because it cracked. So use regular acrylic paint if you use this technique. Finally, we can paint. And I'm using a monochromatic color scheme of blue because this is my character, Blue Girl, as a dessert blob, which is one of the less weird forms she's taken. These specific shades of blue gave me so much trouble. I killed the entire tubes of white and blue and had to dive into my own paint stash because I couldn't get the colors just right. It took me 30 freaking minutes to mix paint. So, long story short, I made way more paint than I needed. Face time. I'm going with a disappointed expression, adding some blushy cheeks using my finger and then carefully painting the rest of her face. Last but not least, I'm adding sprinkles. Hit it. I've always wanted to do that. Then some Posca pen highlights, and last but certainly not least, a coat of glossy varnish for protection. Voila! Blue Girl has joined the Blob universe. I'm so happy with how she turned out. Very simple and very cute. I want to squish her. Moving on, this next blob is dedicated to my lifelong love, Pikachu. And this was truly a labor of love because getting Pikachu's ears to stand upright was a struggle. And they wound up quite lumpy as a result. The tail was much easier, just flatten the clay and cut it out. Whoops, let's try this again. Much better. Let's attach that and okay, let's let it dry. And it's dry. Let's sand it, fill in the cracks with some puffy paint, paint some gesso over it, and voila! Time to paint. Alright, straight from the paint tube, what a lovely yellow this is. Out of all the blobs, this was the one I was looking forward the most to painting. Probably because I didn't have to mix any paint, and also because yellow's my favorite color. So it just made me happy. Now for the back stripes in this lovely brown that I then used for the paw details. I know Pikachu has more like stubby fingered hand paws, but I thought this more classic paw shape would fit the blob form better. I then used the paint pen to draw Pikachu's iconic ear markings. Now for the adorable face, red Pika cheeks and black soulless eyes. Let's add some life into those. Add a clear coat and bam, a wild Pikachu has appeared and they look amazing in blob form, even if they are a little lumpy. Last blob. Having learned from the previous blob, I approached sculpting this character's horns differently than I would have before. The points gave me a bit of trouble, but I managed to get them to a satisfying end. It's dry, you know the drill. Sand it, puffy paint, gesso, let's sketch the details, and get painting. Or in this case, drainting. Now, who is this being? Why, it is my brand new character, Zorbo. A benevolent cosmic entity made of dark matter. They flow through the universe, witnessing grand phenomenons and assisting stranded space travelers. Let me outline these shapes real quick. I like to outline my details first so I don't have to be as exact with the paintbrush. Now, why the name Zorbo? Well, when I showed my mom my blobs, she asked me what their name was, and I said I didn't have a name for them. So with zero hesitation, my mom said Zorbo. So that is what they are called. All right, let's slap on a coat of varnish, and here we are. Visiting Earth this fine stardate, Zorbo. Low-key, they might be my favorite. Don't tell the others. Speaking of the others, here are all the blobs I could make. Overall, this was a great kit. The clay was good, the paint had great coverage, the brushes are fantastic, probably my favorite part, honestly. I just wish I could buy the blob forms separately so I can make even more. Like, I'm kind of obsessed now. I want more. Anyways, let me know which blob is your favorite, and if you enjoyed this video, give it a like. If you have thoughts, ideas, or suggestions for future videos, leave them in the comment section down below. And if you'd like to see more from me and join the colony of penguins, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.